Hello everyone, my name is Matthew Deptula. The date is September 1st, 2022, and today I'm going to be presenting to you my PLTW Computer Science 1.1.6 project called Numbers Riddle. Starting with define problem. So in PLTW, it gives us a prompt or a riddle, and it says to choose any integer, double it, add 6, divide it in half, and subtract the number you started with. The answer is always 3. So our goal in this case is to create a Java program that does exactly that using variables, arithmetic operators, and print statements to eventually print out a line in our console that says your number is 3. All right, so generate concepts. I just listed out a few important bullet points here. So we want to use standard Java object-oriented programming formatting, including classes, their methods, etc. Variables to store data, so we can use like special integers and stuff like that, particular integers. However, there's a special kind of variable that I will show you in just a second that we also used. Operators to perform arithmetic, print statements to print a concatenated string to the console. So if you don't know what that is, it's basically like you take a string, you can take a variable, you can combine them and take a bunch of them and combine it into one big string and print that in the console. And in this case, we'll be using an alternative to Trinket called IntelliJ IDEA, which is a Java IDE, and it is incredibly useful because it does all the compiling and has a lot of useful features and stuff like that. So PLTW asks us to skip the design brief and move straight to the construct and test. So here is my finished code. And let me explain it here for you guys. So first we have a class, a public class called Numbers Riddle, which is also the name of our file. And we have a method inside of it called main. So this is our method, this is our class. And inside of that is all of our code that does what we want it to. So first we have a special kind of variable here called scanner. And if you remember Python from last year, I forgot what it was called, but it basically takes the user's input in the console and stores it within the variable. So it's incredibly useful for allowing the user to input in the console. And our right here, this print line is just to tell the user what to enter. This variable is pretty important. It's called num, and what this basically does is because our scanner variable is a special kind of variable on its own, we need to convert it to an integer so that our program can read it and do math with it. So what this also means is that you cannot put in whatever you want. If you don't put in a number, it'll throw an error, or integer, it'll throw an error. So you need to be careful with doing that, and I'll demonstrate that in just a second. And this function right here does exactly what I said. It basically just converts it into an integer. Then this other variable, this final variable right here called output, does all of our math. It takes our number variable and it doubles it, adds 6, divides by 2, and subtracts the original value. Now, the reason why I didn't write this all just head on in one statement is because I believe Java uses order of operations or something to do their math differently if you have it written out like that. So I had to write it with these parentheses to tell the program that it needs to do it in a specific order, just how I asked. So now that I've written it like this, it does exactly what we want it to. And this final line here, this print line statement, simply prints our concatenated string into the console. So it says your final number is, and then we add the output variable to that, and it outputs it in one whole string in the console. So let me demonstrate this how it works in my editor here. So right here it says please enter an integer. So let me enter in something like 896. And it says your final number is 3. It did all the math we needed right here, and it worked. So one more demonstration here. If I said if it said please enter an integer, and I said my name is Matthew, then it would throw an error because it doesn't know what to do with that string. It is only looking for an integer in this case. So that's my project. That's my code. And thank you for watching.